Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Industro here. I'm back again here with a brand new video, guys, here on the channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing a video that I've been wanting to do for a while, guys. We're going to be doing a video on characters that should be added to Marvel Rivals. Like, I know we got a lot of great stuff. You know, we recently got Gambit. I think it's a phenomenal character, probably one of the best characters they added so far. You know, we got Daredevil recently as well. I think they're overall fantastic character overall. Rogue will also be coming as well. I think those are great additions. But I got 12 characters. I got them in order, I guess, of my personal opinion, where I think I want them the best to come. You know, my personal favorites, and I think some of you guys may agree on these. These are some unique picks. Some of these are popular as well, but I just think we're lacking a little bit of villains, and I think we need more villains. Because in total, I think we got like 4 villains overall. But yeah, I got 12 characters, like I said, I think should be added. Yeah, hopefully more rivals sees this video, and hopefully they add them. At the number 1 spot, that's the one character I want the most. See at the end, but yeah, we're gonna be starting off coming in at the number 12 spot. We're gonna be coming in here with Professor X, guys. The Professor X. I mean, you just can't go wrong with the Professor X. He would be a strategist, guys. A strategist. The ability to read minds. You know, it's just overall crazy. You know, he's an overall crazy mutant. Probably one of the best mutants ever. Super mutant. I just think he should be added. I think he would fit perfectly for a strategist. I think if they add him though, they should make him like a 5-star difficulty, guys. Make him the hardest healer in the game. You know, make him feel rewarding if you do want to use him. You know, 5-star difficulty. I think he should have 275 base health. I'm not sure if they add him in a wheelchair. Who knows? But I do think his ult should be like he heals, guys. He obviously is gonna heal. Your constant heals. Maybe gives shield to your teammates. Maybe some little damage boost or something like that. But I do think his ult should maybe, I guess, once you're like if you're near his ult, I think the enemy loses cooldowns, or they lose, you know, a percentage on their ult, or maybe you know, Professor X freezes them time. Like if you know it causes them to freeze, kind of like Strange, you know, where they get frozen for like 3 seconds. Maybe they can do that for like 2 seconds, so that way it's not too broken. But I do think they should add something like that with Professor X, or maybe it's just a random cooldown like that. You know, make it something like that for Professor X, because Professor X, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to see him. And keep in mind, guys, I'm not gonna mention other like crazy picks. You know, like Cyclops could have been on this list, but he was already teased in the upcoming Marvel. You know, in the trailer we had for season 5, he was already shown, so he probably will be coming. So I didn't show him. Thanos, I'm not gonna include him because he's a very popular pick. Obviously, we all want. But coming in at the number 11 spot, coming in here with a tank, guys. I'm coming here with Kingpin, guys. Now, Kingpin, I've always liked Kingpin myself. You know, overall in the movies, overall, I think he's a fantastic villain. You know, with his bodyguards he's got, and he's a big old guy. He would be a perfect tank and everything like that. You know, I think overall he would be like maybe like 650 to maybe 700 health, maybe, guys. 700 health, maybe. Um, Make him like a brawler. And I think his ult would really make it be unique. Is like he calls in his bodyguards. Like he calls it his bodyguards. You pop the ult, boom, calls in the bodyguards. They just beat you up, you know, whatever. But I think that would be very cool. Maybe his normal attack would be, I guess, like, you know, using his fist, like kind of like the Thing and everything like that. But I think Kingpin will be overall a great addition to the game. You know, I think we're lacking a little bit in tank, so I think he will overall be a great tank. Now coming in at the number 10 spot, guys, I'm gonna come in here with Mysterio, guys. Mysterio, one of my favorite villains as well. You know, in the recent Spider-Man, you know, not the recent, but like in 2019, the Spider-Man movie, he was a fantastic fit, and maybe overall made me like him as overall as a villain. I think he would fit perfectly as a strategist. I think he would be like another Loki. I guess like a toned down version of Loki. More I guess like dimension, not dimension. I would say more like not clones. I would say you know. I don't know how to explain. You know when the little drones that popped up in the movie. I guess illusion. There we go. Illusions is the word I was trying to say. It would be like his ult would be like illusions. Maybe the enemy team sees like there's something here, but not. Maybe he turns into like 10 different Mysterios, and you don't know which is the right Mysterio. But I think he would all be a perfect strategy. He'd be like 275 health as well. If you don't want to make him, if you want to make him OP overall like that, make him 250. But I think he'd be overall great. Great addition to the game. One of his abilities I think would be like maybe through like a smoke bomb or something that covers areas dark and you can't quite see him. I think it'll be a great addition though for sure. Mysterio with his illusion would be crazy. Now, at the number 9 spot, I got War Machine, guys. War Machine. A lot of people have been asking for War Machine. I think he'll be a great tank, guys. 600 health would be perfect for him. Imagine a flying tank. We already have one in Angela. So, what is it with War Machine, guys? War Machine should also be added to the game. He'd be a perfect tank. Imagine just flying up and just shooting with his machine guns, and that he has on his back, his little turret, shooting missiles. That'd be very nice. The skins overall, they would have for him, that would be just phenomenal. I think War Machine would be perfect. I'm not sure what would be his ult. Maybe he just absolutely just rains down, missiles, or just shoots a lot of bullets, with his turret and everything like that. Yeah, but I do think, a flying tank, like in War Machine, would be very nice. Yeah, I think War Machine is a perfect fit. Coming in at the number 8 spot, guys, I have Juggernaut. He would also be another tank. Now, just imagine if he actually said the ult line, guys. If he actually said the ult line.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
Now, just imagine, guys, if he was able to say that. I feel like Marvel Rivals has to make a way for him to kind of say it like that, but obviously don't have the bad words in it. But because you need to add that. I think he would be like another tank, kind of like the Thing. Just run into walls, just completely run into walls. He's CC immune. You cannot pull him, or like you can stun him obviously, but you cannot pull him. Like Spider-Man can't pull him, anything like that. And I think in his ult, he should actually be CC immune. You can only shoot him. He just goes crazy. Let's say he has 700 health, base health. Pop it up, bump it up to 1,200, guys. Just full on run through everything. Just because this is Juggernaut, guys. It's the Juggernaut. Just run over through anything. Just slam everything in his path, in his way. I think that'd be very nice. Because he's a heavy guy. He's a heavy tank, and obviously that's the way you won't be able to pull him. But overall, at Juggernaut, I want that character so bad, guys. And I know some of you guys do want it too. Coming in at the number 7 spot, we got Silver Surfer, another strategist. I know I haven't had any DPS here. They're coming though. They're coming, guys. But we got Silver Surfer, another cool character. Specifically, I want the one from the 2007 movie. I think he'd be a perfect strategist. A flying strategist with a Silver Surfer would go crazy, guys. It would go crazy. 275 base health. I'm not sure about his ult. I haven't really thought about his ult. But I'm sure Rivals can cook something with it. I think Silver Surfer is a very powerful being, and I think he would be a fun addition to the game. Just imagine Silver Surfer flying in as a healer. That'd be crazy, guys. That'd be absolutely crazy. But yeah, Silver Surfer at the number 7 spot. Coming at the number 6 spot, guys. Character I think should be added 100% is Doc Ock. Doc Ock will be another tank. Now he would go crazy as a tank. I think his base health should be 650. I think he would be a tank, variety tank that can do it all. You can make a discussion. He can also be a healer as well, but I think a tank would perfectly fit him. I think one of his abilities is like his cooldown management abilities would be like where he just, like his escape plan. I guess he can crawl up in his arms, like, and say for example, if Jess trying to eat him, he goes up in his arms high, and you can't eat him. That would be one of his abilities. Maybe he just his regular attacks would be he just hits you with one of his tentacles and one of his tentacle arms. That'd be very nice. He should have wall climb as well. I think he should be a very mobile character. That would make him very well. Maybe he has shield as well. Because with the power of the sun that he has, maybe he can produce shield as well, kind of like Hulk. But I do think his ult should be where he just yells out the power of the sun in the palm of my hands. He absorbs it. You see the animation. He gains. If he's 650 health, he gains like 300 health, gets to 950. Every attack he does, he gains extra shield. That would be very nice. He just kind of like Penny Parker, but I guess just goes quicker, and he actually does damage. Not like Penny Parker, she just does nothing. But he does damage and everything like that. That'd be quite nice. Yeah, I think overall it'd be a great tank. Coming in at the number 5 spot, finally have a DPS here. We have Green Goblin. Now Green Goblin would be a phenomenal character due to his voice line. Just imagine the voice lines and just all the laughing and everything. That'd be creepy, guys. Like, I think one of the scariest characters in the game is like Daredevil. Daredevil is crazy scary.
I see you.
But Green Goblin would be on par with that. A flying DPS, maybe 275, 300 HP. He just flies in. Basic attack, maybe he shoots like pumpkin bomb grenades, or he just shoots out of his, with his out of his glider and everything like that. But I do think he would be a very unique character. His ult, maybe he just absolutely just rains down pumpkin bomb grenades and just absolutely obliterates everything like that. Overall, I think it would be very cool. The voice, just imagine the voice lines with like Spider-Man or like any character overall. That'd be creepy. Green Goblin, like definitely one of the characters I want added. I know for sure he'll be added. Maybe they'll add like a season, Pacific season. They add all the Spider-Man moves. That'd be insane, guys. Absolutely insane. Coming in at number 4, we have Iceman, another one of my favorite characters that I think should be added as well. He would be a DPS. Just imagine a character with just ice powers, guys. Ice powers, just going around the entire map, just freezing you. That would be very nice. That would be very nice. DPS, I think would be DPS, obviously, for sure. I would think I have crazy ideas with this character. Well, I think one of his abilities would be like he makes like an ice wall. You know the Groot wall, but he just makes the ice wall. Obviously, he has like a snowball like Luna, but more crazier, just bigger radius because he is a DPS. He can freeze you. That would be a very nice effect. Maybe he can freeze the floor and you can just have crazy mobility. He just builds like ramps or just slides down, has crazy mobilities. His regular attack would be like just shooting like crazy ice balls or something like that that do a lot of damage. His ult, maybe he just completely just goes crazy, summons a lot of ice and just freezes everyone for like 3 seconds. That would be very nice. That would be very nice. Or maybe, like I said, it freezes you and you can't use abilities for 2 seconds. Something like that would be very nice with Iceman. Let me know down in the comments. What do you guys think so far? I mean, Iceman would be a great addition, another great addition to the game. I think he's a very unique character that should definitely be added. Now, going in at the top 3, these are 3 characters that I think I want the most added. The number 3 spot, I got a unique pick. Like, I've seen videos of people make of characters which they want, and I haven't seen this character. Really, I don't think I've ever seen this character. Number 3 spot, I got Kraven the Hunter, guys. He would be a DPS. Kraven the Hunter is a phenomenal character. I know a lot of people say the movie, the recent movie with him was alright. I think it was not bad. I think it was pretty solid. I think a lot of people judge it. But anyways, Kraven the Hunter, he'd be a very fast, mobile character. You can make an argument he can be like a tank, but I think he would be a perfect DPS with like 300 health, 325. Kind of similar to Daredevil, but he's just a lot quicker. Just kind of like Black Panther, but not like similar to Black Panther. Not insanely fast like Black Panther. I think he'd be a very mobile DPS that would fit him well. Since he is kind of like obviously part of a line and everything, maybe he has like anti-heal. He can apply anti-heal, kind of like Blade or something like that. I think that would make a unique overall character as a whole. Maybe his ult, he just obviously has his swords and he just goes super fast, just starts stabbing the opponents. I don't know, I really can't think of it, but something like that would be very nice. Yeah, Kraven the Hunter, definitely one of my favorite characters for sure. At the number 2 spot, I'm going in with Carnage, guys. Carnage, that Venom Let There Be Carnage move was phenomenal. Carnage would be a perfect fit as a tank or a DPS. DPS, if he was a DPS, he'd be like 350 health with high damage. But if you want a more, the tank side, he'd be 700 health, 750 damage, because he has less durability. In the movie, he had less durability than Venom. But yeah, Carnage would be very nice. Carnage, I think, is probably the strongest symbiote realistically. I don't know. He would have crazy mobility. I think he would have more mobility than Venom for sure. If you're gonna add Carnage, don't make him the same as Venom. Don't make the same kit as Venom. Obviously, we don't want similar characters at all. I think Carnage would be absolutely insane. I think he'd be a high-powered tank. If you want to go more on the power side, like heavy side, which I think would be like very nice, more damage, he'd be like 550 health, kind of like Angela, but he produces a lot of damage. But if you want him tanky side, he'd be like 750. But I think Carnage would be a phenomenal tank, and I think his ult line, he just yells out, let there be carnage. He goes absolutely berserker mode, rage mode, and just completely dominates, just bullies you. One of his abilities, I think he can just throws like spikes or something like that. If you saw in the movie, he threw like spikes or something like that. That would be a very nice ability. But Carnage, he should also have that regeneration ability, with Venom, where he presses one button and you get extra shield as well. Or maybe you activate it and it's lifesteal form. You have to lifesteal form. That would be very nice. Lifesteal form with Carnage would be absolutely insane. But please, Marvel Rivals, if you're listening, please add Carnage. I will literally lure this character in like 3 days. 3 days, no doubt about it. Coming in at the number 1 spot, one unique character that I want, one unique pick. I've always liked this villain. We like villains, and I think this character would be perfect for the game. Going in with Sandman, guys. Sandman is my favorite character, literally of any movie. Sandman is my favorite. He's not really a villain, I guess. he just misunderstood. But he would be a tank, a perfect tank. He would put a perfect tank. He'd be like another version of Groot, but I think a little bit faster. And he would have walls as well. Like he'd build walls and everything like that. You know, maybe he has stun effects, kind of like Penny Parker. He just throws sand at you and he stuns at you. But overall, he'd be crazy. Like just imagine, like if you, when you Spider-Man 3, he can fly and everything like that. He can just go and fly away. Maybe he can do that like for 2 seconds. So that way it's not too crazy. Or maybe you want to go crazy, make it 3 seconds. He can fly for 3 seconds as a sandstorm. That would be so nice. His ult, maybe he just makes this big old sandstorm, kind of like how Storm does, but sand. He does it with sand. Or maybe he throws this big old giant sand ball and just stuns everyone and does crazy damage. But overall, you can do a lot with Sandman. Sandman is a unique character that should 100% be added to the game. If he does get added, guys, I'm loading this guy in 1 day. I do not care. I'm loading this guy in 1 day. The only character I can possibly grind my butt off just to lure this guy. Sandman will be crazy. Many possibilities you can do with Sandman. Overall, he's a great character. You know, him just making different types of weapons with the sand as well is very nice and everything like that. Obviously, don't make him too powerful, obviously. But I do think Sandman is a phenomenal character. Definitely will be my #1 main. Fully one-trick this character. But yeah, overall I think Sandman's phenomenal. But let me know down in the comments, guys, what do you guys think of this 12 characters list? Obviously there's a lot of different characters that could have been added as well, but these are unique picks that I personally like myself, that I wish they should be added, and hopefully they get added. But like I said, let me know down in the comments what characters do you hope and wish to be added. But other than that, guys, this is to wrap it up. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I am out, guys. Peace.